Uh, dun, 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 dun. Welcome back to Now TV Canada, and I am Just Jen YouTube channel. I'm your host, Jen. The drama continues. I don't know why this stuff keeps happening to me, but I can tell you that I am very tired. I'm now 50, so that's a lot of time that's been taken from me and my career and my family and the goals and the things I wanted to do, ambitions with music, recording studio stuff, traveling. And I'm like, will it ever stop? So day 4, without the hydro. Now, of course, my first assumption, because I've had trouble with this apartment for 5 years, was there something up with the breakers. Of course, I learned when I came back to use the basement, the laundry room, to charge my phone and my computer stuff, that there was no hydro down there either. So I'm like, well, I guess they cut me off. And I was going to make my payment on Friday in a few more days. Bear with me here. I have a friend with 6 kids who got into a really big pickle with their house. Thankfully, they pay house insurance all the time. But here's what happened. I guess they were using their bathroom for a while and they didn't know anything was wrong. It wasn't like sprouting water everywhere. But they started getting this funny odor. This smell was coming from the crawl space in the basement. It wasn't pleasant. I couldn't exactly identify what. Nonetheless, as they discover, it was the pipes connected to the toilet underneath. So they had to call the insurance and they had to have some guys come in. They tried to clean up what they could for them and start the work on fixing it. And then they had to wait for the insurance to go, okay, we'll give you this much money to take your kids and go stay in a hotel. Now, the amount of money they were given to stay in a hotel with the 6 kids is $500 a day. That's a pretty nice hotel room. I guess it's like for 2 king-size beds because it's 8 people, right? The married couple and their 6 kids. And I have this 2-bedroom apartment that's completely empty, and the hydro gets cut off. So the option of me going, hey, come to my house, come to my house, come to my house, right? I can write a receipt, and the kids can be noisy and just be kids, and it's okay. Nobody's going to complain, not going to get in trouble. And I have 2 double futons in each of the big rooms and a pull-out couch that sleeps 2 as well. So there's room for everyone. Right now, her husband likely would stay at the house most of the time to be around the people that are working in the house. And we hung out together at the museum a few days ago. And that's when I said, come to my house. And the lights were still working. Everything was fine. And they finally started getting their money. And so I guess if I had received that money and I could have made a payment sooner, everything would have kept going. But I did not foresee that this was going to happen. I didn't know that that was an imminent issue because of the bigger picture that I still didn't know was happening at this time. So now they've gone and stayed at a hotel. And last night she sends me a message and says, it's not going very well at the hotel. People are complaining. The kids are too noisy. And I'm like, yeah, I guess they need to be here at the apartment where there's a backyard where they can just be kids, right? And it's like, I'm here by myself. The space is available. So I had to take the bags with ice. I found the store that has ice, and I insulated my insulated bag full of ice, and I cleared out the fridge of all the things that need to be cold. And I went and found a little oasis, and it's all together with this big, huge tree branch, and it's in the water, tied together, and keeping cool, so I can come back and eat my fruit and cinnamon and stuff that needs to be eaten first. Thankfully, I have this emergency stuff, so that I can leave the house and go get stuff done on a full stomach, because nobody likes to be going out and trying to get things done. You can't think properly, can't concentrate if your stomach is hungry and you're eating food. So I'm thankful I found that little oasis. It was so beautiful. I'm like, oh, I just get in here and go swimming. and just get lost there for a couple hours because it's still so summer outside and beautiful. But I don't have that time because this drama keeps going. So the young boy in Unit 1 knocks on the door today and comes and tells me, hey, there's no hot water. I don't have much hot water. Are you having trouble with the hot water? And there's no lights in the laundry room. And so then I'm realizing, okay, he is home. He is around, and I hadn't heard from him for the couple of days that this had happened. So I thought maybe he wasn't there and hadn't noticed, or maybe it wasn't affecting his entire unit. So we got to talking, and it turns out that the utilities for his apartment are all included. And one of his power plugs in his apartment is connected to my utility bill. And of course, he's been using the laundry for free as well. And so he agreed with me, oh, this isn't right. All that water you've been paying for, all the hot water, the washer and dryer water, and just operating the machines. Like, if there's two people, a couple in his unit before him and before that, whatever, and everybody's doing 2 loads a week, and then there's me, and sometimes I have renters, that's a lot of laundry. That's a lot of money. And I could never figure out why I was chasing a bill that was almost as high as my rent. So I was always putting $400, $500, $600 onto the utility bill, but it shouldn't be that high when my rent is not that high. Like, it's minimal for this 2-bedroom based on when I'm in. And then when I got this bill, because I finally signed in to take a look at it, I had a bird because it was at $1,500, a little over. And I just got back July 23rd. And the entire month before that, there was no renters in here at all. So there was no lights on. There was no energy being used. There was no heat. Room. And then I come back and I basically had the lamps on. I'm not watching TV. I'm only using the internet for my computers. I'm not really here much. I wasn't baking up a storm. I had no microwave for most of that time. So I wasn't using any energy. Therefore, I shouldn't have this size of bill. So he's like, don't worry, I'll back you up. So I finally sent the information to the landowners that I've been paying for the laundry room, and that I would never have found out, and I would have never known that I was paying for the laundry room and for Unit 1 and one of his power cords and the hot water he uses in his unit to shower with and his use of the laundry room if the disconnection had not happened. So it was meant to be. It had to happen so the good Lord could tell me what's going on to ease my burdens and ease my mind and make me understand that this is something the landowners need to fix. They have no right to tell Unit 3 and Unit 2 to pay the utilities to cover for Unit 1 and have his utilities included. If Unit 3 and Unit 2 are paying utilities extra, then Unit 1 should be paying utilities as well. If they don't want to balance the utility issue properly, then the landowners are responsible for the utility, and then they can do a partial fee for everybody to pay them to help with the utility issue, to balance how the plugs, the electrical system is broken between each unit and how the hot water is divided between the units so that it's fair for everyone. So I said to him that I wasn't really worried about it. I was kind of enjoying the few days off, that I'm really a hardy person. I have friends that have hydro working fridges and places where they have barbecues that I can go. So I'm all right. I can go swim at the pools anytime I want and shower there. I wanted to go camping, and this is a good time to go on a canoe trip. I have a pretty good excuse to get out of Dodge. But now I'm realizing that it's affecting him. So he's going to have to be able to do laundry. And he's going to want to plug stuff back in that unit in his bedroom. But it's not going to happen until the landowners solve the problem on how we're going to deal with the fact that I've been paying for 5 years. I am grateful that after 5 years this happened so I could finally know And I'm grateful I had the time to go and do a little video. I just did it this morning that shows that it's not working, that it's on my bill, and that it needs to be fixed, and then take pictures to give them. Because if I had just tried telling them that I'm paying for all of this, if I had, assumed I had been, if I had just decided it was me or something, and then I tried to tell them that without proof, you got no leg to stand on. There's no way of verifying that the hydro I'm paying for and the hot water I'm paying for and the water I'm paying for was affecting me to the point where it's even including the plugs in his bedroom in unit 1. So he's getting a lot covered by me. And if they don't see now with what I sent them that this is a problem, it needs to be fixed, then I have him also as a backup now, who's also sent an email to them like, listen, she shouldn't be paying for this. It's not all her fault. It's not her responsibility. Like, let's work this out. Let's do something. And so I'm a nice person. So I look at it this way. You can't give me back money for the entire 5 years because this property's been flipped once already. So it's been through 2 sets of owners. And you can't break it down. How much per month for the last 3 years has been used by Unit 1 for the bedroom power and for the hot water and the washer and dryers and the heat space heater. Don't forget the space heater for every winter that has had to operate in the basement so that it's warm enough for people to go down there and do the laundry at all. And the space heater operating downstairs also helps to prevent my apartment from getting extremely ice cold, because I can't have enough heat or have my heat up enough to keep this apartment warm when I have a completely unrenovated basement downstairs, basically. It's like a root cellar. It's cold, like a fridge. So that additional space heater also adds up to my bill. You can't figure out how much I'd be owed if you broke it down week by week for 3 years. Impossible. So this bill for $1,500, basically, I would call that square. I would even that out. I would say that if they got some money from the guy from Unit 1, I think I have like $100 cash in an envelope. And they squared away the rest of it. That you could consider that would be a pretty fair estimate of 3 years of back pay, because I'll never see anything for the 2 years before that from the other owner. And then we just move on with the day. But I'm grateful that after all this time pulling my hair out and constantly getting these weird bills in an apartment that's pretty small, where there's not a lot of action that goes on here, people aren't here much, they're not using much power or using much heat, not cooking much, like, why are these bills coming in so big? I'm just grateful that the answer has now been provided. So I can go out this afternoon, relax a little, go find my waterproof matches and my slow burning camping matches, and finally use my little 1-burner stove and make my cheeseburgers. I'm still waiting to hear from my friend to see how their night went with the hotel, if they've had to pack up and go to another hotel, because I'm still telling her that they should come here because I can still write receipts and they have a barbecue. But essentially, we can still eat food at their place, and we can go to the swimming pools every day, shower there. Like, it's not a big deal. It's still summertime. And that money would help me. And the kids wouldn't have to worry about their noise. They can just be kids because it's a house. So when I hear from her, then I'll know what we're doing when it comes to cooking the roast and having the baked potatoes and stuff. So I'm just trying to be economical and feasible with the food as best as I can, so it doesn't go to waste. My mom was kind enough to buy me Pizza Hut. I haven't had in years, because you can't order it in Vancouver and have it delivered. You have to go get it yourself, and its nearest location is far away from where I live. So I got that to live on for a few days. Heat it somewhere they have microwaves, or just eat it cold. I'm good. So I'm at a point now when it comes to all the movies and the actors, Tom Welling, Smallville, Hanks, Meg Ryan, and You've Got Mail too. I'm just at a point now where it's like, gee, if I could just get across the border, I don't care where, Maine, Kinetic, whatever, and just start walking with my limp and all my arthritic conditions and everything. And I'm just advertising that I am who I am and that I have been the writer that I've been all these years, and that these actors need to be reading my work. And eventually somebody's like, oh, hey, maybe we should put that on the helicopter camera and report that to the news. And then the news reports it. And then everybody's like, oh, hey, isn't that Superwoman from Canada? Isn't that girl that said she write these movies? Doesn't her shirt say Superwoman? And let's look up her Facebook. Oh, look, it says Superwoman. Look, she has a website. We should go there and see if that my limping 50-year-old version of trying to finally get the right people to pay attention works, to see if we can get these movies made and the books published and get this problem solved so people get to watch the right movies and read the right books that they're looking for. But I guess you can say it's never boring. At my house, I'm not a boring person. And watching Now TV and episodes like this, well, it's something you can laugh with me on and have a good time, and knowing that things could be worse. And luckily they're not. That you guys, if you still have your hydro and still have your microwaves and stoves, are doing well. So, yeah, so I'm going to go and deal with my afternoon stuff. I got to charge this stuff, figure out the long-term plan on how I'm going to move forward with still trying to get that $1 restaurant going, and getting my businesses registered on this side. So I'm registered here and in BC, and still trying to get a hold of the producers and directors and actors I want to work with, because I will not sell the rights to my work. I will hire and help people in Canada be successful in this industry and share the money locally, because we deserve that after everything that's gone on. So it's going to stay here. The success, the money, the cooperation, the partnership. So peace out, everybody. Thanks for watching Now TV and what's happening with day 4 and the hydro drama. At least I've talked with the other guy in the other unit, and we've worked out what the mystery is behind the high bills. And now we're just waiting for the landowners to kick in their part. And hopefully we have this problem solved soon. Bye for now. Thanks for watching Now TV Canada from Gatineau, Quebec. Superwoman signing out.